What's happening, guys? What's going on? YouTube, PayPal has announced PayPal merchant crypto payments are here. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to be talking about the good, the bad, the ugly. When is this going to start? What cryptocurrencies are going to be accepted? How does it work? Is it going to be converted into fiat, or are you going to actually be able to accept cryptocurrency? What does this mean for PayPal as a company? Is this as groundbreaking as it seems? Why didn't crypto get a pump from this news being announced? We're going to be talking about all of that in today's video. I got a little bit of time to kill, got my Dunkin' Donuts here, and figured we'd kind of get into it here. So I am still doing the Nano giveaway. 5 people who comment on this video will get 0.1 Nano. The Nano network has been getting spammed lately, so transactions either haven't been going through, have been going through very slowly. Things seem to be getting back to normal, so I will probably have everyone paid out within 24, 48 hours, as long as we get the 5 comments on here. Otherwise, I typically try to wait until we get the 5 comments. Also got a bunch of links down below for some free crypto offers for you. $25 in Bitcoin from Voyager, 10 from Coinbase, bunch of other offers down there as well. So let's talk about PayPal crypto payments. I think a lot of people expected crypto to surge on this news. Didn't really happen. If anything, the market was actually down a little bit yesterday. So here's what it means. And it was kind of weird how PayPal announced it. PayPal basically announced that they were going to announce PayPal crypto payments. I think we've all known that this was on the way, but I think they called, I forget what media outlet, they called some media outlet yesterday morning and were like, hey, we're going to be announcing PayPal crypto payments. And then later in the day, they announced PayPal crypto payments. With PayPal, everybody with a PayPal account on the vendor or seller side, as well as everybody on the buyer side, I think it's something like 29 million buyers that will have access to paying in cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrencies involved will be Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. So initially it's going to be 4 different cryptocurrencies. There are other payment platforms out there that do similar things and actually work with a lot more cryptocurrencies. And really, like, the idea that a payment processor is going to allow payment in crypto isn't like hugely groundbreaking. What makes this groundbreaking or such big news is the size of PayPal, that like literally almost everybody out there has a PayPal account. So this kind of integrates it to a lot more people, brings a lot more widespread adoption. Now, I remember years back, for any of you guys who use Fiverr, do you guys remember Fiverr used to let you pay in Bitcoin? Backpage and Craigslist have let you pay in Bitcoin for a long time. So this isn't super, super groundbreaking. And even payment processors. There are other payment processors out there like BitPay. I want to say Square Payments allows payments in crypto as well. I could be mistaken, but again, PayPal is just on another level in terms of their size. As far as when this is going to be rolling out, could be in the coming weeks, could be in the coming months. We haven't really been given a lot of clarity on exactly when this is going to drop. And again, how this will work. Somebody pays in crypto, and what will this look like on the back end? We're not really sure yet. But you know how currently, if you log into your PayPal account and go to pay somebody, you normally have like, maybe you have 2 credit cards on file plus a bank account linked, and you can choose which payment option you want to use. I'm guessing it's going to be something like that, where it'll be like, you can pay with your Chase Sapphire Visa card, you can pay with your bank account, or you can pay with crypto. Then you click crypto and you'll have 4 options: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. Kind of surprised Bitcoin Cash was thrown in there, but it was. So let's see. So that's how it's going to work. The money will immediately be converted from crypto to fiat. So as a merchant, somebody can't pay you 0.1 Bitcoin and you get 0.1 Bitcoin. Somebody will pay you 0.1 Bitcoin and you'll get, whatever that equates to in dollars. We'll see if eventually they actually wind up allowing you to be paid in crypto. I'm guessing just because of tax implications and things like that, they may actually not wind up doing that. Another thing that I think is going to be interesting, so I was actually, for a client, looking into getting them set up with BitPay, just to kind of get ahead of I'm a crypto supporter, so I try to encourage, somebody has an e-commerce site that I'm working on, I always try to encourage them to use crypto payments, or at least make them aware of the option, especially if they're in like a gray area or a high risk area, an area that typically has trouble with merchant processing, because, it's another great option for that. So I was actually recently going to get a client set up on BitPay to accept crypto, And at this point, I feel like it's kind of irrelevant. Like, hey, we're accepting crypto now, but like, hey, so are 29 million other merchants out there. So I feel like it's not as big of news. Will people continue to use other services like BitPay and others now that, you know, PayPal is something that everybody already has and uses? Will there still be a need to do that? Here's why I think there may be, right? So it's awesome that PayPal is accepting crypto, but the main use case of crypto is not buying a pair of socks or a hat or a t-shirt, unless the t-shirt's offensive, because we know that PayPal and Shopify and a lot of these sites take down things that offend them. The real use case for crypto is, you know, high risk merchant processing, gray market areas, things like buying vapes, things like buying weed pipes, things like buying offensive t-shirts, things that a traditional merchant processor may not allow you to do. So even though you're able to pay with crypto and somebody's able to accept crypto, your business still has to fall within the PayPal guidelines. So if you sell coins, currency, collectibles, even sometimes computers, hoverboards, any high-ticket items that are prohibited to be sold by PayPal, Stripe, etc. And again, keep in mind, these aren't illegal items. These oftentimes aren't even like dangerous or risky items. It's just these payment processors have certain things that they consider to be either high risk of chargebacks or they don't want to be involved with, and they'll refuse to accept payments for. I have a lot of experience operating in a high risk merchant space. It's very frustrating, and that's one of the great use cases for cryptocurrency. But because this is going through PayPal, you know, a corporation, a company, a centralized entity, you still have to fall within PayPal's guidelines. So even though it's crypto and it should be freedom, you're not going to be able to sell weed pipes or vapes or other items that you wouldn't normally be able to sell via PayPal. So that's kind of one downside to this, or kind of takes away one of the use cases of crypto. One thing that's kind of interesting, so when we look at NFTs, there's a lot more NFTs out there for sale than there are people buying NFTs. Yeah, we're hearing about NFTs selling for insane amounts of money, but it's typically something put out by a famous person, right? I think my dad was telling me some golfer sold an autographed picture of himself for a couple $1,000,000 the other day. Lindsay Lohan, I think, is putting out an album as an NFT. I think she had sold a picture of her face as an NFT. Elon Musk's wife sold an NFT for like $6 million. Beeple got, what, 67, 69, 79 $9 million. But there's way more NFTs out there than there are people interested in buying NFTs. And in past videos, I said that's why I think the market is going to collapse. You can't have a market that's entirely built on speculation. Eventually, it'll come crashing down. There has to be a real collector out there, and there just isn't that with the NFTs. And when we look at crypto payments, there's a lot more people accepting crypto than there are people wanting to pay in crypto. Now, why is that? I think partially because everybody's trying to stack crypto, right? Like, nobody really wants to spend their crypto when crypto's going up and up and up, right? People want to hang on to their crypto. Also, you know, even though I'm a big proponent of crypto, a lot of the mainstream cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum that you might use for payments, it costs you $50, $60 to send Ethereum. So if I buy a pair of socks or a t-shirt for $20, why am I going to pay $50 to send it? It's just not a usable currency. Bitcoin Cash is a little bit better. Litecoin's a little bit better. Really, for payments, we should have something like Navcoin or Nano, but those coins just aren't large enough to garner mainstream adoption. And who knows if they actually had the volume of a Bitcoin or an Ethereum, would they be able to operate as quickly and as seamlessly as they do today? You know, I'm not sure. But I think that's one thing holding people back from spending their crypto is it's expensive to send. And it's just, we have so many payment options at our fingertips, you know, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, you know, credit cards. Like, in the West, we're kind of spoiled with so many choices for payments that unless it is in a high-risk industry where that's your only choice to use crypto, there's just not a whole lot of reason to use crypto. I think another thing is the tax implications. So right now, you have 4 different government entities saying that crypto is different things. What the IRS calls it property, the SEC calls it a security, what is it, FinCEN or whoever calls it a commodity, and I forget, it's classified as one other thing, but crypto is classified as 4 different things. Right now, if you buy Bitcoin for $1,000, it goes up to $2,000, and then you buy a slice of pizza. On that $4 slice of pizza, you're having to figure out what your capital gains are on buying that piece of pizza. Now, is anybody actually doing that? Probably not. It's kind of like if you buy gas or cigarettes out of state, you're supposed to pay your home state whatever you would have paid them in tax. Does anybody actually do that? I know there's a form on the IRS. I would be hard-pressed to believe that it ever actually gets filled out. Kind of the same thing with crypto. For most people who keep their crypto on a wallet and not an exchange where nothing's being reported on you, are people filling out, I bought a hat, I bought a slice of pizza. But, you know, taxes are already overwhelming and confusing, just dealing with your regular taxes on your ordinary income. Then it gets more complicated complicated when you start dealing with investments, even traditional investments like stocks and mutual funds. And now adding cryptocurrency to the mix, it's hard enough to keep track of your taxes and capital gains across all these exchanges just trading. But now you start buying pizza or buying your morning coffee every day, and you're having to figure out capital gains on all this. It would just be an absolute nightmare. A couple years back, I want to say it was 2017, 2018, something was proposed called the Cryptocurrency Fairness Act. Now, what the Cryptocurrency Fairness Act was, it was basically you could spend crypto, I believe up to $600, which I thought was very, very generous, and you wouldn't owe any taxes on it. So why I thought this was kind of cool, if you are trading, let's say you buy Bitcoin for $1,000, it goes up to $10,000, you could essentially just live off your Bitcoin. I'm gonna buy my groceries with my Bitcoin, I'm gonna buy my I'm gonna buy Amazon gift cards with my Bitcoin to then buy items on Amazon. I'm gonna start using Bitcoin to live my everyday life and for everyday expenses. And as long as it's under $600, I don't have to pay any taxes on it. I need a new laptop, $500 for a new laptop, no taxes, and I'm essentially able to kind of skip out on capital gains. I thought that $600 mark was pretty generous. I thought maybe $50 or $100 would be a fair amount, right? Like you should be, like most smaller items, you're going to buy dinner, you got to buy some groceries or something like that. 50 or $100, you can buy most of those items and not have to deal with capital gains. And it's also not so high to the point that people can kind of live off their crypto and avoid paying taxes. Not that I personally have a problem with that, but I'm sure the government, always wants to get their tax money. That Cryptocurrency Fairness Act didn't wind up going through. And so I think until there's enough hurdles, like I said, with crypto is going up, it's volatile, people don't want to spend it. But I think that one of the bigger issues is the tax issue and how it's classified by 4 different government bodies as 4 different things. I think it just overwhelms people, and for that reason alone, people won't spend crypto. If we go to the past, there's kind of an interesting history behind this. Way back, probably 100, 150 years ago in the 1800s, probably before and after the Civil War, different regions across the U.S. issued their own currencies. When the U.S. government needed to fund the Civil War, they started taxing all these different currencies and essentially taxed them out of existence. And here 150 years later, we have kind of the same situation playing out. But PayPal merchant payments didn't spike the market. Like I said, if anything, the market was up overall in the past 24, 48 hours, but the crypto merchant payments announcement didn't really do anything for it. Here's an interesting thing. So I think that, back in 2016, 2017, not even a piece of news, just a rumor of a piece of news would shake markets, right? Like China announces that they're banning Bitcoin mining or thinking about banning crypto or banning over-the-counter trading of crypto. The market tanks 30 or 40%. It's announced that a new coin's going on to Coinbase. The market goes up 1,300%. New announcement about some project that's not even happening, but is an idea for the future. Crypto spikes 600%. And here we are years later, and it seems like whether it be good news or bad news, it doesn't necessarily rock the market up or down, which I think is a good thing. I think we're starting to see a little bit more stability. If you look at Cardano or ADA, it got a lead up to kind of rumors that Coinbase was going to adopt ADA, but when it actually happened, it didn't really see any spike. We went from like 120 to 140 or 160, but then it came right back down, and it hasn't really moved since. Obviously, Cardano wound up getting kind of pushed back, as did Ethereum. Ethereum, the project that's always getting pushed back. I know a lot of people are kind of giving up on Ethereum. I think I might wind up selling off some Ethereum. Binance Coin, BNB Coin, and the Binance Smart Chain is surging in value as well as popularity. You got Goose Finance, you got Cub Finance. If you guys are sleeping on Cub Finance, get on that one, check that one out. I'm loving it. Interest rates have dropped dramatically. Went from making 3,600% down to 100% and back up to about 180%. The price of Cub actually tanked, which was bad because even though you're earning super high interest, if the coin drops, you're still losing money. Cub Token dropped really bad, and I wish I would have bought more when it dropped because it surged back up and it's back at all-time highs. They got a lot of exciting stuff going on with the Leo Bridge and some other stuff right now. I think BNB Coin is kind of the thing to get into, with ADA looking like it's not going to roll out anytime soon. Uniswap and a lot of these other Ethereum competitors that run on Ethereum being so expensive, with Ethereum pushing back, their solutions to lower the gas fees. I think the Binance Smart Chain is only going to continue getting more popular. I see more people who maybe before were kind of overwhelmed by DeFi and staking and liquidity pools and all this stuff. People who are overwhelmed by it are now starting to get into it. With Trust Wallet, it's really easy to interact with a lot of these platforms. I actually think it's a lot easier than MetaMask. So for all these reasons, I see the BNB token going to continue to surge. It's already surged over $300. It's up pretty big in the past week. But yeah, that's the announcement about PayPal crypto payments. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think it means for the cryptocurrency space. I guess that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button either there or there, ding that bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.